Welcome to NASA News Channel. NASA will honor members of the NASA family who lost their lives while furthering the cause of exploration and discovery, including the crews of Apollo 1 and Space Shuttles Challenger and Columbia, during the agency's annual Day of Remembrance Thursday, January 28. This year's NASA Day of Remembrance also marks 35 years since the Challenger tragedy. NASA has a unique culture that is fueled by possibility, set on a path to the next giant leap for humanity, and guided by its history, said NASA Acting Administrator Steve Jurczyk. The lessons of our past are the enduring legacy of the brave women and men who did not put limits on what could be achieved, and we all recognize the honor of being counted among them as part of the NASA family. Jurczyk will lead an observance at Arlington National Cemetery in Virginia, which will begin with a traditional wreath-laying ceremony at the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier, followed by observances for the Apollo 1, Challenger, and Columbia crews. Due to the ongoing coronavirus pandemic, this year's event will be limited to invited guests and closed to media. Various NASA centers also will hold observances on the Day of Remembrance. Due to COVID-19 restrictions, attendance will be limited at these events, and CDC recommended health and safety protocols, including physical distancing and face coverings, will be followed. Kennedy Space Center, Florida. NASA's Kennedy Space Center, in partnership with the Astronauts Memorial Foundation, will host a Day of Remembrance ceremony at the Space Mirror Memorial at Kennedy's Visitor Complex with limited in-person invited guests. The ceremony will feature remarks by Kennedy Center Director Bob Cabana, as well as retired Space Shuttle Launch Director Mike Leinbach, and Astronauts Memorial Foundation President and CEO Thad Altman. The ceremony will live stream at 11 a.m. EST on Kennedy's Facebook account. Johnson Space Center, Houston. NASA's Johnson Space Center will hold a commemoration at the Astronaut Memorial Grove with limited in-person invited guests. The ceremony will feature remarks by Johnson Center Director Mark Geyer, as well as Cheryl McNair, widow of Challenger astronaut Ronald McNair, NASA astronaut Drew Ferstel, and former Johnson Center Director George Abbey. Marshall Space Flight Center, Huntsville, Alabama. NASA's Marshall Space Flight Center will observe Day of Remembrance with a pre-recorded observance featuring remarks from Marshall Center Director Jody Singer, NASA astronaut Butch Wilmore, and a moment of silence. The event will appear on Marshall's YouTube channel and will be shared on the center's social media account. Glenn Research Center, Cleveland. NASA's Glenn Research Center will observe Day of Remembrance with a virtual observance for Glenn staff only. Make sure you subscribe us.